Good evening,
Good
Namaskar,
evening to all
Salam.
of you.
Good evening, Namaskar, Salam, and Sasrikal. Welcome to another interesting episode of Zena Family with the ever green, ever all energetic Professor P.R. Natarajan from Banasthali University. And the less is said about him, the more said about him, the less we know. He has been an engineer, he's been uh, a chancellor, he's been a mentor, he's done so many things which he will briefly explain to you about himself, which I cannot. I would feel that I'm not doing justice to him. Then after all these years, he established the first ever girls' institute called Banasthali. The other unique feature about this gentleman is that he is the first South Indian to have settled in North India. So he still has his native in Trichy, but that sacrifice, that commitment, and that dedication, which very few people have. I mean, at this ripe age, uh, which is not an age, he's still doing wonders with himself and for the development of the Indian tourism industry, the Indian education industry. I mean, I do not have words to explain as to what he can do and what he has achieved. Recently, one of his achievements was an 8,000 kilometer journey by train by the famous Vande Bharat launched by the Prime Minister Modi ji from west to south of India and to north of India and then back to west. It's an achievement. Guys, it's not an easy job. Most of us would like to take our plane rides and this and that. But this man, he planned, sometimes he he innovated, but he did reach his destination and he did get the achievement of telling the world and the Indian people that this can be done at any time if you have the determination. So now I'd like to hand you over to Professor Natarajan. Sir, it would be a pleasure to
Okay.
share your views on Vande Bharat, on Manasthali, and other matters. I said the more I
Okay.
say, the less I feel I've done justice to you. So welcome, sir.
Thank
Welcome to the
you.
show. Mm.
Thank you. And good evening to all of you. And my pleasure to be back in the session with Zena. Now, to give a brief, already I told that in a nutshell, I was my Janma Bhumi, Tamil Nadu, Karma Bhumi, Rajasthan. I came to Rajasthan in 1974, and this is my golden jubilee year 2024 in Rajasthan. Apart from being a chemical engineer, professor, and all those things, travel has been my passion. Many people think that I'm a tourist, but there's a difference between a tourist and a traveler. Many don't know, but the quote of famous American travel writer Paul Theroux sums it up all. Tourists don't know where they are going. वो घूमने जा रहे हैं कहीं भी. Tourists don't know where they are going, and tourists don't know where they have been. Tourists don't know where they have been, and travelers don't know where they are going. Travelers just keep traveling. They have no destination. Keep the journey must continue. So that's the difference. So tourists don't know where they have been, and travelers don't know where they are going. I think everyone has heard of Ruskin Bond, a famous writer, many children's books, and I think his birthday is coming in the next day or two, 19th May, I think. And he has written several books. One great book is A Great Train Journey. The book name is Great Train Journey. And oh, anyone who reads the book will get inspired. Any child will get inspired to do a train travel, right? So many more authors have used train journey as a main theme of their books. Agatha Christie, the crime thriller, she is a great writer, and she has given a big quote. Trains are wonderful. To travel by train is, is to see nature and human beings, towns and churches and rivers, and in fact, train journey is to see life. Wow, what a quote. Now, many people may not know about everyone wants to know something about when did railways start globally. We see rails here and there, but I'll give you a brief history of the railways. Railways actually started not as railways. In 1830 in Germany, it was called wagonways, right? A horse-driven car used to go on a wooden track, and that was called wagonways, and that is 1830. Then in 1706, about 1700, the tramways came where the wooden rails were replaced by iron rails, and that's the beginning. Then came James Watt and the steam engine, steam locomotive engine in 1800 in Great Britain, and the railroads took off in a big way in the United States of America in a big way because cars and aeroplanes were yet to be made in USA. So the train took off in a big way, and down the years, steam locos gave way for the electric and diesel powered locomotive and the era of high-speed trains running 100 to 200 miles per hour. Miles per hour is different from kilometers per hour.
Yes.
This is about the global story. Coming to India, in India, the first steam operated railway operated in 1837, right? Sorry, 1837 in Chennai, Madras, and the first passenger train. So the one in Chennai was a Malgadi, and the passenger train first happened is 16th April 1853 between Bombay. That time it was called Boribandar, right? Boribandar to Thane, about 30 kilometers or so. That was the first passenger train and the beginning of railways, um, passenger railways in India. Then, since then, this day, 16th April, has been celebrated in India every year as Indian Rail Transport Day. Many may not know this. Indian Rail Transport Day is 16th April, and because that was the day when the first passenger train ran from Poribandar in Bombay to Thane. And then comes the presently Indian Railway is the fourth largest national railway system in the world by size, with a total route length of, imagine, 42,000 miles. That much of rail track is going in India. In 2022, the railways, Indian Railways carried 8 billion passengers and 1.4 billion tons of freight. Indian Railway presently operates over 13,000 passenger trains and over 8,000 Malgadi freight trains daily, covering 7,000 stations across India. Over the years, India got 120 kilometers per hour Rajdhani. That was in 1969. Then 130 kilometers per hour Shatabdi. That is 1988. 160 kilometers per hour Gatiman Express. That came in 2016. Now, the latest and the most famous Vande Bharat. 160 kilometers per hour, 2019, right? So from passenger train, we moved to Rajdhani, to Shatabdi, to Gatiman Express, and now we have the Vande Bharat, right? So that's about it. And for me, travel has been a passion, and right from childhood, I've enjoyed every short journey or long journey, travel, rail travel. I, in fact, had a road aversion because, those days, childhood, I used to feel giddy when traveling in a bus. So, giddy and the vomiting sensation. So, when even if I have to go by a bus 5 kilometers, I would rather walk 5 kilometers than go by bus. Right. So that was it. But I overcame that later on. But train travel has always been in my DNA because my father had served the railways, his whole life. Right. And so happened my father-in-law has also served the railways for lifelong, and my younger brother has served the railways lifelong and is going to retire in this year, July 2024. So railways have been all along, and in 2023, I did all India journey. See, why happened is the 2 years of Corona, one couldn't get out. You just step out, you are quarantined. So much of thing, 2 years went for a six. So I was just waiting for normalcy and took all the vengeance by traveling. So 2023, I made an all India journey, Jaipur to Guwahati, Guwahati to Trivandrum, Trivandrum back to Jaipur. So it is like you can see Rajasthan to Assam, Assam to Kerala, and Kerala up back to Rajasthan. That was 8,000 kilometers, but I didn't use Vande Bharat train. I used long distance train. Board at Jaipur, get down at Guwahati, board at Guwahati, and get down at Trivandrum, board at Trivandrum, and get down at Jaipur, like that. That was 8,000 kilometers. It took me roughly 8 days. May 1st I started and I returned on May 10th. Actually, it is 9 days because May 10th morning I had reached, and that costed me 8,000 rupees. Right. 8,000 kilometers and 8,000 rupees. Except one journey, Kerala, Trivandrum to Kota, all other journeys were by air-conditioned coaches. Only this journey I did by sleeper coach to enjoy the backwaters of Kerala without the AC window, blocking my freedom of vision. Right. Then my first Vande Bharat has been slightly different. There was a marriage function at Delhi, and that was on when was that? That was on 24th February 2024. Right, 24th February 2024. I had to attend a marriage at Delhi, and I took the Vande Bharat from Jaipur to Delhi. Right, it was very amazing. I enjoyed it, and they gave a very nice breakfast also, and the Vande Bharat bug had bitten me. Then I thought that now that Vande Bharat has come, why not do a Vande Bharat Yatra? Right. Go around India in Vande Bharat train. I remembered Jawaharlal Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru did a Bharat Ek coach, Discovery of India. He wrote a famous book, and it's the book not prescribed even by the Ivy League, Harvard, Oxford, and many universities as a good sum of Indian history. And so I thought, let me make it Bharat Ek Naya Coach. Nehru ji ne Bharat Ek Coach kiya. I thought I'll do Bharat Ek Naya Coach. Right. So I decided to do a travel across India by Vande Bharat trains. Right. So I wanted the route to be different from what I did last year. Remember, last year I did by superfast train, Jaipur, Guwahati, Trivandrum, and back to Jaipur. This time I decided to do the reverse. I thought I'll go from Rajasthan to Kerala, from Kerala to the east of India, and from there back to Rajasthan. So reverse garland. So along the west coast, then climb up on the east coast, and then cut across India and cover the India map as much as possible. Again, 8,000 kilometers, but I decided to do it in 8 days because I'm going to do Vande Bharat. You see, I must cut down the duration. So this is how I planned. I decided my route to be starting from Jaipur. I will go to Jodhpur. There is no Vande Bharat from Jaipur to Jodhpur. So I had to take a superfast train, and then Jaipur to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad to Mumbai, Mumbai to Madgaon, Madgaon to Mangalore, all Vande Bharat, one after another. Right. So I started in Jaipur on 14th April evening, and I reached Jodhpur 14th April night 10 o'clock. I got an auto fellow and told him, I have a couple of hours, just make me go round and round Jodhpur, I'll pay you. Right. So he took me like it was a night out in Jodhpur in auto rickshaw. We ate in all sorts of places, the Jodhpuri, namkeens and mistis and lassis. And I was just waiting for sunrise of 15th April to board the, of course, in Jodhpur, I picked up, a huge consignment of the Rajasthan famous Gevar
Yeah.
and what is that, Mawa Kachori, etc.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I thought all my friends whom I meet in the route, I'll keep distributing it. Then, 15th April, my first Vande Bharat, I boarded at Jodhpur 6 a.m. and fantastic. Then at 11 a.m., at 12, around noon, it reached Ahmedabad, exactly right time, and it cut through the Marwa region, passed through Abu Road and entered Gujarat and reached Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, I had a family person waiting, Aishwarya, and I had 3 hours in Ahmedabad. Right, my train reached from Jodhpur, Vande Bharat, 6 a.m. departure, uh, 12 noon. It reached there, and 3 p.m. my next Vande Bharat to Mumbai, I had to board at Ahmedabad station. My Jodhpur Vande Bharat stopped at Sabarmati, so I came out with Aishwarya and we made a quick trip to the Sabarmati ashram. You can't pass Ahmedabad without saying, salam to
Gandhiji.
Gandhi ji. So had a quick stroll of the Sabarmati ashram. Aishwarya had brought some nice, Gujarati dishes. I ate them, and then we stepped into a lucky tea shop where Emma Hussain, the famous painter, used to sit and sip chai regularly. And he had he had gifted a original painting of him to that shop, which is still displayed in that shop. Must be worth crowds of rupees today. But I have a fortunate to sip a cup of tea where Emma Hussain used to drink tea. I'm no painter, but I had a great fascination for Emma Hussain and his painting. Then got into my second Vande Bharat on 15th April, noon 3 o'clock, and Zoom. It went to Mumbai by night 9 o'clock, and my daughter, Pooja Natarajan, had arranged a cab to pick me up from the station and take me to Chembur, where she lived, and I reached about 10:30, and my next train was on Tuesday morning, that is 16th of April, at 5:30, the Mumbai Madagaon Vande Bharat at 5:30 from Mumbai VT. But now the uh, suspense starts. What happened was, because I was tired after the Jodhpur and hectic trip, I slept and I woke up at Chembur at 5:15 and I had to reach Mumbai VT at 5:30 to board my Vande Bharat. I thought, Amara plan, right there. But still in my head, it was there. My next Vande Bharat from Goa to Mangalore is in the evening only. So I could take a flight from Bombay to Goa and catch up my next Vande Bharat at Goa. So I was not unhappy, but my daughter, thoroughbred Mumbaikar, she asked me, okay, after VT, what is the next station? I told Dadar. She said, next, Thane. I said, then next, I told Panvel. She said, Panvel, what time? I told 6:30. Is 5:30 Mumbai VT and 6:30 Panvel. She said, lift your back. I'll call a cab. It will reach you Panvel before 6:30 and you will not miss this Vande Bharat. Awesome. I jumped into the cab and I literally held the cab driver, with my pen, on his head and told, Javed, mujhe Panvel पहुंचना है. याद रख, मुझे Panvel पहुंचना है. And the guy just zoomed through 6:10. I was at Panvel and the train, I waited with a garland, Vande Bharat, to receive at Panvel station. So I boarded my Vande Bharat at Panvel and went through the Konkan coast. Beautiful ride, and Konkan coast is beyond description. go through those tunnels, mountains, and valleys, and rivers, and whatnot. Like it reached
Madgaon.
Madgaon, right? The train reached now Madgaon. Where was it? And now you see, there were different. You have been seeing Vande Bharat have different colors. Many are white, some are blue, some are orange. And I was waiting. Hope the next one will be of a different color, right? So I had boarded by now the white one, also the blue one. I was waiting when the
Only that.
orange one is going to come, right? So we reached Goa in the afternoon, 1 o'clock. We reached Goa, Vande Bharat, and I had 5 hours in Goa with me because my next Vande Bharat from Goa to Mangalore was at 6 p.m. And my student, dear student from Bit Pilani, Bharat Kamma, who is a entrepreneur having set up micro breweries in Andhra Pradesh and also a
Oh,
beer plant in Goa, and he and his wife were waiting to receive me at Goa station, and they took me to a ginger hotel where we had a fantastic lunch, which was joined by my nephew, Akash Srinivasan, who works for Cognizant Technology. Right, it was his birthday also. It was double celebration, so I was just enjoying my Goan holiday, and my nephew took me in his car, Tata Nexon, with a
uh-huh.
top roof opening across, what is that? The new Zuari Bridge, amazing new Zuari Bridge, and brought me back to the station. So at 6 p.m., I
Uh-huh.
boarded my next Vande Bharat to Mangalore, and by then, the word had gone around that there is some fellow going in
Uh-huh.
Vande Bharat, one after another. And this Vande Bharat team took a video of me asking me to explain what I was doing. Right. I explained to them the whole thing that my 8,000 kilometers by Vande Bharat.
Uh-huh.
And remember, by now I have already done, this was my fourth Vande Bharat. So from Jodhpur to Ahmedabad, one, Ahmedabad to Mumbai, second, Mumbai to Madgaon, third, and the fourth one was Madgaon to Mangalore. So again, the Mangalore, Goa Mangalore route is also beautiful, part of the Goa Konkan stretch. And I reached Mangalore at 10 p.m. Up to now, Vande Bharat were on dot. This was, I am lucky because I put my bet that Vande Bharat cannot run couple of hours late, which means, it is no more Vande Bharat. It will become Gande Bharat. Right. So I reached Mangalore at 10, and my very good friend and alumnus of BIT and a very famous writer, Sashi Warrior. I'm sorry, Sashi Warrior. He has written great books. If you look for Sashi Warrior and his books, you will find a whole lot of them. And he had sent his car to pick me from Mangalore station to his house. I reached his house at about 11. But
Mhm.
on the way from the station to his house, which is on the Someshwara beach, I passed through the Mangala Devi temple and a couple of beautiful churches in Mangalore, very, very old churches,
Uh,
and reached his house and had a fantastic gossip session with him for 1 or 2 hours. And around midnight, I told, no, let me take a quick rest. I told him, just give me a kick at 4 o'clock because
uh,
my next Vande Bharat to Trivandrum is at 6 a.m. from Mangalore station. So I got up and had a bath, and Sashi Warrior had made a hot cup of coffee for me, and I sipped it and took the cab to Mangalore station. Now, Mangalore to Trivandrum, this Vande Bharat is about how much? 700 odd kilometers there. Remember, the longest Vande Bharat stretch is Banaras to New Delhi. This
mm,
probably is the second one, I think, longest, right? So, what time it is? It is yes. So I boarded it, and this train, I had a welcome tea, coffee. Then they gave breakfast and lunch also because this train will reach Trivandrum at 3 p.m.
oh
Right,
my God.
morning 6:30, 6:25. It was at Mangalore and 3 p.m. So the Vande Bharat had to give me breakfast and lunch also, and I was just enjoying the backwaters of Kerala, passing through the my see Vande Bharat train have huge, 70 mm windows. So not like the other trains, no small where you have to put your head this way, that way. With a fantastic view. So you just lean back on your pushback seat and just stare at the window. Bas, done. And I was just taking photos and videos of the backwaters and enjoying the hospitality of Vande Bharat and reached Trivandrum at 3 o'clock and a bunch of course, everywhere, no, I goes without saying, I was handing over the gaver which I had brought from Jodhpur, was offloaded at Mumbai, Goa, Mangalore, and next lot at Trivandrum. Three of my Pit Pilani alumni friends were waiting for me right in the station. They had to wait in the station because my next train from Trivandrum was at 4, 1 hour gap. So I knew Vande Bharat will not ditch me by 1 hour. So I was sure I will board my next train. So my next train, so we had a quick, snack session in Trivandrum station and gave hugs. And they brought, those Kerala fantastic chips and all those Kerala delicacies. I traded my Rajasthan gaver and that Mawa Kachori. And I boarded the train at Trivandrum to Chennai Anantapuri Express, right? Anantapuri Express. And at Tirunelveli station, I got a bottle of Bovento. Bovento is a old brand, which is a grape flavored cool drink, like looking like thumbs up. And Pepsi and Coke have been wanting to raid this market, but Bovento has held its arm. It has never bowed down to the market pressures of either Pepsi or Coke. Bovento is Bovento. No one can make a grape flavored soft drink fish better than Bovento. Then at Madurai, my younger brother, Dr. Srinivasan, was waiting with some more delicacies from Madurai, and I gave those Rajasthan gaver, and I reached Chennai morning. See, I did not want to take Vande Bharat from South India to East India because they were not well connected. There were Vande Bharat, but very, odd days, right? So, like that, non-stop, I literally had from Jodhpur to Trivandrum, one after another, one after another, I was not getting. So, I decided not to do Vande Bharat from Trivandrum to Howrah. I took only 2 trains, Trivandrum to Chennai and Chennai to Howrah, 2 superfast trains there. Although Vande Bharats are there, but if I take one, I have to wait almost one full day to board the next Vande Bharat, which I did not want to do because I had a 8-day target also, remember, right, to do 8,000 kilometers. So I can't afford to wait for next train for one full day. I can wait 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but not one day. So my next travel happened Trivandrum to Chennai by a superfast through Anantapuri Express, and from what is that Chennai to Howrah by another superfast train, and I reached Howrah. But I must tell you something about this train from Chennai to Howrah. It was filled with patients who had come all the way from Bengal to get treated in Apollo Hospital, Chennai, CMC Vellore, and for their health. Of all, the whole train was a patient. I was probably, in fact, they asked me, "Aap kaun sa hospital gaye?" I told, "I am in no hospital," right? I am only traveling. But they said that the health facilities in Bengal are not up to the mark, and so they travel all the way. In fact, this train should be called as, some different name, patient express or something. It was filled with, I walked through all the coaches and everyone had come for treatment. So it looks like this train run only to carry patients from West Bengal to Tamil Nadu, Apollo Hospital, Chennai and CMC Vellore for treatment and bring them back. I mean, I wish West Bengal does something. I, in fact, called my friends in CMC Vellore and told, भाई CMC Vellore का एक बड़ा हॉस्पिटल कलकत्ता में लगा दो, ये लोग इतना ट्रेन में ट्रैवल करने की जरूरी नहीं पड़ेगा. But
Sir,
that's
in
a
fact,
long
they
story.
come from Kuch Bihar also. They
Yeah,
go,
yeah, 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 of
yeah.
course.
And
I mean,
they
but
have more
West
faith
Bengal,
in the doctors in Tamil
see, when
Nadu
I
than
said,
in Bengal.
see, when I said West Bengal, it did not mean Calcutta. I
Uh,
mean, there were a lot of Bangladeshis also were
yes.
crossing to Calcutta and using the train to reach Chennai. Right. So the medical tourism, let's call it. I am doing Vande Bharat tourism and they are doing medical
Medical
tourism.
tourism.
Okay. So I read Howrah. The train stopped at Santragachi. That is slightly on the outskirts of Howrah station. That is the terminus for this train. So from Santragachi, I took a cab to go through the new Howrah bridge, new second
Under,
Hooghly bridge. That is
underwater.
that I think Vidyasagar Setu they call it,
Yes.
and reach the other side near Victoria Memorial, and then I saw the uh, Ravindra Sadan, St. Paul's Cathedral, and reached Park Street, where my BITS alumni, Katar Singh Nahata, was waiting to host a lunch for me. Right. And we had at the Park Street quality restaurant,
Uh,
fantastic grub. And then I said, I want to take a yellow cab, Pili taxi ambassador to Esplanade to take a metro station, to take a metro train. Remember, Calcutta, you have a metro train which goes right under the Ganga River from Calcutta to Howrah. So I said, I will go by a PV taxi to Esplanade Metro and take the underwater metro to reach Howrah station. I did it, and of course, when it touches the underwater, there is a blue stream of light which comes. So only that you can see. You can't see the water because you are in a tube capsule which takes you through. So Howrah station, and I had another hour or two, and Howrah station has improved it. So it was looking as grand as a five-star hotel. I
yeah.
took fantastic photos of those Howrah Bridge, because from Howrah station you get beautiful view of the Howrah Bridge. Then I took my next Vande Bharat, Howrah to Patna. I must again tell the Patna Vande Bharat ka, jo nasta they gave, wow, awesome.
Wow.
Right. All other fellows were giving, just this do Mary biscuit and one cup of chai or coffee. But इसमें इतना नाश्ता दिया है, I thought it was dinner. It was as heavy as that. Apart from that, they gave dinner also. Then I reached Patna Sahib at 10 o'clock. I decided to get down at Patna Sahib instead of Patna because I wanted to see the Gurdwara
Yes.
Patna Sahib where Guru Gobind Singh Ji birthplace. Right. So one of my Banathali students had arranged a vehicle to pick me from Patna Sahib station. I had a good darshan at Gurudwara Patna Sahib, and then just took a round about Patna. Patna is clean and neat. Don't think that Bihar
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Bihar. It is
No,
totally different.
totally
That
different.
15-kilometer marine drive, which recently built
Ganga.
along
Yes.
the Ganga, can beat, the Mumbai
Mumbai. Yes.
marine drive in no time. Right. And right in the middle of Patna, there was a jail which they broke and shifted it and made a beautiful Buddha park. Fantastic. They made a replica of India Gate there. Patna Medical College, if it works properly, it can be the very best in the whole of Asia. Right. It's a huge complex, and Patna station, believe me, it was spick and span. There were people sleeping, but in orderly, as if matrix of rows and columns were made, no haphazard sleeping. I was impressed. Wow, Bihar is sub badal gain, right? So Patna, I was waiting for sunrise. I boarded my next Vande Bharat, Patna to Banaras, and I was just waiting for the Ganga river to come, where you can see the ghats, and I took a photo and video of the Ganga bridge, and my colleague, ex-colleague from BIT Pilani, Vikas, was waiting for me to pick me at Patna, Banaras station, and I told him, quickly take me to the riverfront, hold my bag, I will put a dip in the Ganga and put on my dhoti, and we have darshan, and we eat food, and my next Vande Bharat at 3 o'clock. So Banaras I reached at 10 a.m. and my next train to Delhi, next Vande Bharat was at 3 p.m. and we had enough time. I was not so impressed with the what is that, Kashi corridor. It's a huge fleet of 100 steps from the riverfront to the temple. But of course, the temple is now clean and neat. All those intrusions and projections have all been cleared. So it was a nice view. Earlier, I never knew where the temple was. We only saw the guard right there. So it's different. So at 3 o'clock, I boarded my next Vande Bharat to New Delhi. That is the longest Vande Bharat. Presently in India, the Varanasi, New Delhi Vande Bharat, 785 kilometers, I think. That is the longest distance. And the one from Mangalore to Trivandrum comes very close, but it's slightly short. Right. So I reached New Delhi it was right now, none of the Vande Bharat had gone late. It was all on time. So I reached New Delhi night, and my son, who is the advocate in Delhi, had come to pick me up from New Delhi station, and I went to his home in east of Kailash, had a brief rest, and next day morning, again, 6 a.m., my next Vande Bharat, my last Vande Bharat to Anantapur Sahib. It is actually New Delhi to that Bakra Nangal, Himachal border, right there. So I decided to go to Anantapur Sahib, where one of the revered places where Guru Govind Singh had instilled the Khalsa Panth there. So that train only took 10 minutes late, right there. So I don't blame it. And 10 minutes kuch nahi hai. I got down, got an auto rickshaw, and there is a fantastic museum in Anandapur Sahib called Virasate Khalsa. Virasate Khalsa gives the entire Punjab the Sikh movement, how it developed and has become a great, global thing today. So I'm happy that in setting up that international standard museum, one of my students and an alumnus of Bit Pilani, George Jacob, had played the role in designing the concept and theme of it. So hats off to you, George Jacob, who is a globally renowned museologist, living in USA now. And then I went to that Keshgarh Gurdwara, which is Nakal Panth, and there they are displayed the weapons used by Guru Govind Singh. You have one look at it, you are simply carried away. Awesome.
Huge.
Right? The very look of it lifts you. Right? I can now fight any battle without any of those weapons because I have seen the weapons of Guru Govind Singh on display in Keshgarh Sahib Gurdwara and had a very delicious prasadam there. And still I had more time. So I got another auto fellow and told him, Merko Anantapur Sahib Ghumale. Then he asked me, Guru Ji ka shadi यहाँ पे एक गुरुद्वारा में हुआ वहां ले जाऊं. I told, वहां बोलो उसके बारे में. He told, जब Guru Govind Singh was to be married, it was to happen in Lahore. But the Guru Govind Singh family told, going to Lahore is not advisable because the Mughal army is waiting there to nab Guru Govind Singh. So we should avoid going to Lahore. Then about 15 kilometers from Anantapur Sahib on the Himachal border, they made Guru Ki Lahore.
Yes.
Guru Ki Lahore, where there is a Gurdwara where he got married. I told him, Gumao, hum jayega Guru Ki Lahore. So I did visit that Guru Ki Lahore.
Is it on the river? It's on the river side.
15 kilometers, I think it is close. It is in Himachal Pradesh, but 15 kilometers from Anandapur Sahib. From Anandapur Sahib, I could see the Naina Devi temple also, right? But I didn't go because that would take me a day. Then I waited for my last train, non-Vande Bharat, boarding at Anandapur Sahib in the evening of 21st of April, and 22nd morning, I reached back Jaipur. So 14th evening I started, 22nd morning I was back in Jaipur, 8,000 kilometers, 8 days, 9 Vande Bharat in 7 days. I had traveled 9 Vande Bharat in 7 days, but the cost was double what I did last time. Remember, the previous year, my trip, Jaipur, Guwahati, Trivandrum, back to Jaipur was non-Vande Bharat, 8,000 kilometers, 8,000 bucks. But Vande Bharat tickets are expensive, so it was almost double. It was 15,000, close to 16,000, this 8,000 kilometers. But the thrill of 9 Vande Bharats in 7 days
My
is
God.
there, and I'm sure I'm waiting for Vande Bharat to come to Srinagar so that I will plan one Srinagar to Kanyakumari, one after another Vande Bharat. Or I also have a plan to go by a truck. एक ट्रक ड्राइवर के साथ बैठ के कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक मैं हर ढाबा में खाना खा के भारत देखूंगा. Right. So, but remember, this train travel took me across almost 15 states. Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Goa. I mean, I think I can now claim that, I have probably done more, travel than, the Prime Minister did for his election campaign. Okay, so that's about it, and I'm
Sir,
sure the coming time you will have more thrill to happen. And of course, I told you that my all the travel I booked myself, right? And I had to do 14 trains, 9 Vande Bharat and 5 non-Vande Bharat, and you are not allowed to book more than 12 tickets in IRCTC login. So I had to take help of my colleague to book 2 tickets, because only agents are allowed to book. I am not an agent. I am a traveler. I am not a tourist, not an agent. Right. So I had to take help, and that person had made a mistake. So my last ticket was to be on 21st April from Anantapur Sahib to Jaipur, but my mistake, that person had put 22nd April. I
oh,
didn't realize it. I was in the train, the TTE came, he told me, what's your bogie and berth? I told. Then he said, no, it is not yours. Then I said, what's the problem? He said, bogie aapka, berth aapka, date aapka nahi hai. Today
oh,
is 21st April, your ticket is for 22nd April. I said, Are, I can't now get out of this train. Opening mein panel mein drama hua, last mein one more. I told the TTE, sir, I have traveled 8,000 kilometers. Please, give me some escape route. Give me a BPT, I told him. He asked me, how do you know BPT? I told, my father served in railways. BPT means blank paper ticket.
uh,
The TTA has like a blank check where he can write your name, your from to, distance, and calculate from his diary what is the fare, write it, and give you a blank paper ticket called BPT. He said, oh, you know about BPT? I will give you a BPT. And he gave me a BPT and he advised me, वो 22nd अप्रैल का आप कैंसिल कर दो, 21st का बीपीटी मैं दे दिया, आप इधर रेस्ट करो, आराम से सुबह जयपुर उतरो, नो प्रॉब्लम. Wow, railways have a heart,
they
right?
have, they do,
So
they do.
this is about my travel, and I'm sure I will be doing more adventures in coming time.
Sir,
Okay, thank
were
you
you
all.
given,
And any
were you,
query
yes, were you
anybody
given
would
any
like to
special
have, I'll
concession?
be happy to answer.
Were you given any special concession on Vande Bharat as a senior citizen?
Yeah.
As a senior citizen, were you given any concession?
See, the
Monetary concession?
trains are neat and clean. They are basically like what you see in the Bombay suburban train. Only
Okay.
thing is the interior is hep, big windows, nice pushback seat, well-maintained toilet. Khana badhiya.
No, fair concession. I mean,
Right.
fair rebate as a senior citizen. Were you given any fair rebate?
Yes.
As a senior citizen, 60 plus, in the railways, there's something applicable as a senior
No, no,
citizen.
no. There is no concession for senior citizens.
Oh,
Vande
okay.
Bharat वगैरह में concession कुछ नहीं होता है.
अच्छा अच्छा चलो कोई
Vande
बात.
Bharat, see, then finally you will find, Vande Bharat, will all go, lost mein.
Yeah,
So,
but
no concession वगैरह in
yeah,
Vande Bharat.
but did the fare include food also?
Yeah. No, you have the option. When
Uh-huh.
you book the ticket, you
Uh,
have with food or without food.
uh-huh.
Without food, you have slightly less. Food is okay.
Uh,
150 rupees. See, the train doesn't stop anywhere. And anywhere it stops is hardly 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Where will you get down and buy some puri sabji and come and eat and all? You have no option but to eat what they give. Right है. So आप घर से आप डब्बा बना के then go through. Actually, they should ban bringing food in Vande Bharat train and dirtying the train. They should give food. You make it compulsory. Like Rajdhani, I think there is no option. Right?
No.
Rajdhani में खाने के साथ ही ticket है. So Vande Bharat also they should do like that. But one problem in Vande Bharat is it is not meant for all those fellows, with huge,
What value?
suitcases to carry. Right? See, above the seat, there is like in Volvo buses, there is a small space for keeping your luggage. Right? But that is meant for small, reasonable size, But there are people, coming with, huge dimensions. And they are all projecting outside that space. And if the train has a jerk, they may even fall. Right?
Yes, that's it.
So, I think like aeroplane, they must give some specification to the dimensions of the suitcases which you can bring and put it overhead. Right? Otherwise, you will find some suitcases falling and breaking heads of people.
The basic thing is that Vande Bharat and Indigo are at par as far as weights are concerned. And Indigo, the moment you exceed 15 kgs,
No,
you are slapped.
I found the leg space in Vande Bharat better than Indigo. Right. Indigo is, two they have squeezed. Vande Bharat was fairly luxurious. Right. I traveled in the chair car. Of course, there is the executive class. I had a look at it. But this chair car is good leg space. You could push back and relax.
Yeah. How much is one average? What is the average cost from Bombay to, from Jodhpur to Ahmedabad for one executive class ticket? How much it cost you, sir? Jodhpur to Ahmedabad. Hello?
His net has gone.
Acha. He's become silent.
It's frozen.
Where is the
So you can talk with Sanjay uncle in the meantime.
संजय भाई
जी
सर बहुत अच्छी बात की। पटना मैं भी गया था और बहुत चेंजेस मैंने देखे। इतनी खुशी हुई कि कहते हैं ये ओवर ब्रिज है, वो ओवर ब्रिज है, और वो जो गंगा मरीन ड्राइव कहते हैं वो एक
Sanjay uncle, you can switch on your video.
हाँ, एक डिलाइट है। जो आपका वो बेली रोड भी है, एयरपोर्ट का रोड है, सब ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है। मगर जो ट्रैफिक होता है अभी, जैसे उसको टाइम लगेगा ऑर्गेनाइज करने में, ट्रैफिक जो है
नहीं, वैसे तो पटना पूरा बदल चुका है,
बहुत बदल चुका है सर।
तो वहाँ जाने में बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है।
बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
काफी डेवलपमेंट्स हो गए हैं और भी होंगे इन टाइम्स टू कम। तो पटना इज अ डेवलपिंग स्टेट एंड पीपल शुड विजिट पटना।
नहीं, हम तो जाते हैं संजय भाई। वो जो है ना, सिटी में अभी मेट्रो आ रहा है।
मेट्रो।
हाँ, तो उसमें वो ट्रैफिक की वजह से काफी वो मेट्रो के बन रहा है, स्पीडिंग अप, बट ट्रैफिक बहुत कंजेशन हो जाता है। तब भी लोग चले जाते हैं बहुत उस पे। अब जैसे खुदा बख्श लाइब्रेरी है और पीएमसीएच है, फिर आपका एनआईटी पटना है, गांधी मैदान एरिया बिल्कुल साफ है, तब भी चल रहा है।
Oh yes, absolutely. See, last year Diwali I went to Gaya, Nalanda, Rajgir.
Okay.
Beautiful. Gaya station was like a 5-star hotel. Speaker and fan.
Sir, tell me something. Did you find the Ganges in Banaras clean this time? Cleaner. The Ganges, when you took the dip in the Ganges in Banaras, did you find it cleaner than other years?
It was not that. There is no, Namami Ganga and all. It was looking muddy as it used to be like. But it was not dirty, but the waters were not that clean.
It was
muddy looking, and I think, see, Ganga में जो भी Ganga water है, बस पाप तो धुल जाता है, don't worry.
Uh, I believe now all the sewage they've diverted to an STP.
Yeah, that's
But
possible, but it is not, I mean, still, I think it was cleaner. Earlier, no, you used to find a lot of filth floating, which you don't see now.
yes, filth and bodies.
That's it.
Bodies
That
also,
definitely different.
and bodies used to float because either they were bitten by snakes or they had unnatural, something or the other. They said they or poison or something.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could not
yeah,
ascertain, but especially women or children or sometimes who should die, they should be not cremated. They used to be
yeah,
set afloat, and it was not a good sight. Even the Manikrama Ghat at this time I
yeah,
saw
yeah, yeah. I was
was
very
cleaner.
close to it. I was very close to it.
Did you take the cruise?
No, no, I didn't. I didn't. I see. My job was to take a dip, but see, I had only, I told you, few hours. In few hours, taking a dip and doing darshan was
Oh,
more
it was
important
not easy,
than
not
doing
easy.
a cruise.
It was too, and the road is very steep to Kashi,
Yeah, yeah,
Vishwanath.
yeah.
From where you went, Namo Ghat, and then
Correct,
this way.
correct, correct.
It's a very steep thing. Kal Bhairav and covering all these. But
Yes,
the next time you should go and eat the chaat in Kashi Chaat House.
correct.
It's I mean it's all these shops, traditional shops are more than 100 years old.
Oh, yes.
I went to eat Maghai pan. Sometimes you eat that beetle.
Okay.
So I said, let me eat the Banarsi beetle. And it was 35 rupees for a Maghai pan. Sanjay Bhai knows. The moment you put it in your mouth, it melts. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then you become like this. You just stop.
yeah.
And the chart, this Kuber Pan house is on Google.
Okay,
It is
okay,
about 122 years old.
okay,
So he told me, sir, आप 122 साल पुरानी दुकान से खा रहे हैं. मैंने कहा भैया बहुत बहुत मैं धन्य हूँ.
okay.
अच्छा,
Thank
the
you.
other
I
place
hope.
I went
Um,
was after 35.
I'm sure
Uh,
I'll do some more exciting travels in the coming times and entertain you all.
yeah, yeah, sir, we do. The other thing I went was to a place called Lakshmi Tea House. That was again
Yeah,
in the gullies of Banaras. I had been there 35 years ago. I enjoyed the tea, the toast, and the butter toast, and the bun toast. No, Maska is better than that
okay.
served in Taj Mahal, Taj Ganges. I
Oh,
experienced that because and the
okay.
samosa, of course.
See,
Of
in
course.
fact, I found in Banaras, there were a lot of those ready-wala selling avocados, right?
Yes.
The kiwi fruit and all those things. They told, we are growing it here. Ganga Pani mein aa raha hai, sir.
You'll be surprised that South Indian food is very much appreciated in this area. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
they
No, of
added
course.
they added the Banasi taste of
Yes,
chutney and onions, which you don't feel in the South Indian food. I mean, you don't
yeah.
get the ingredients. But people just throng that area. सुबह से 6 बजे से 5 बजे से they start buying food.
Hmm.
And
I think they are revamping the Banaras station.
yes,
So, but once it is done, I'm sure it will have a grander look. But
oh
right
yeah.
now, because of the construction, the studio look, grand look was not there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't blame. You should wait patient for the final build-up to happen.
Mhm.
So many stations, even Anandapur Sahib, the stations are being remodeled, frontage and with lawns and all this. So I'm sure in a couple of months, Banaras station will look grand.
No, it will definitely. Even Lucknow station is very grand, and I found that yes, I boarded the train at Kent for Patna.
Okay,
Kent was, I mean, it
Chapate,
was a
na?
quick transition, but we enjoyed it. I enjoyed the
okay.
trip. Patna was also very enjoyable, sir. As you said, the marine drive in Patna is so nice. But, sir, uh, this is not the first and last episode with you. Some more people would like to hear and read about the Banasthali, your journey in Banasthali, and how you created this institution. Uh, I mean, the credit goes to you. Dealing with so many ladies and women is not an easy task, especially in
Thank you.
all women's institutes, sir. So we hope
Ali
that
bhai, we
we.
have run out of समय,
Okay, okay, sir.
so you can close the
Right.
session.
Okay, sir. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you, Mr. Professor Natarajan, Sanjay Bhai, Rajiv Bhai. We hope we have some more programs with Dr. B.R. Natarajan in the future. It was enlightening. It was just something new which we learned all about the Vande Bharat and India. We keep learning because India itself is very enigmatic from north to south, east to west. It's a beautiful country. We must explore. Thank you again, sir. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time
Thank you.
coming
Thank you.
here. That's true. Thank you, Sanjay Bhai.
Thank you, Ali
Thank,
bhai.
thank, thank you. Thank you very much.